something that I haven't shared with anyone except for my wonderful tech team that I have over here about a part of the podcast that I'd like to include.
Okay.
So, you know, many podcasts, they have conversation cards and you get to read them and you know how that works. So I created my own game. Are you ready?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa, yes. Okay, so I have over here the rules of the game.
Okay.
Okay, so my branded cue card. So Jenga, there are 54 hardwood blocks. It's an 18-story tower. Jenga is derived from kujenga in Swahili, which means to build. And my mother has said this to me 100 times when I told her about this game. So this is me paying homage to my mother, who is Swahili, mixed with a bunch of other things, but Swahili. And the rules of this game are you're only allowed to use one hand at a time. You're right-handed, right?
Yep.
That's why I put you on this side, so you have the advantage.
Okay.
You only use one hand at a time. Either hand may be used, but only one may touch the tower at any time. You may tap a block and find a loose one, but if you move the block out of place, you must fix it using one hand before touching another block. So you can tap and see which one you want to pick, and then you slide it through. Have you played it before?
Yeah.
Oh, khalas, okay. You can remove one block per turn. Each block, when you take it out, it has a question written on it. So you don't know which question is going to come. And you can remove a block anywhere below the highest completed story. So after you've read the question, answer the question, you put the block back on top. And anything below the first completed block, you're allowed to take out. The person who draws asks the question for the other to answer, and then you can answer it afterwards.
Okay.
So it just, whatever feels best for you. When I played this with a friend just to see how it feels, she told me that she feels like she should take it out, read the question to me, and then she can answer after I've answered. So we'll go with that. If you feel a different vibe, we could do that as well.
No worries.
And this is actually something that the Clicker team came up with. So there's one lucky piece where, as the guest, you get to ask me a question after bombarding you with all these questions.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
I'll let you go first because, you know, you're the guest.
Okay. Let's to start with. So now I touch this one.
You touch this one, it's okay. Just as long as you don't move it out of place, you can still go for a different one if you want.
Okay.
But you can only use one hand. Whoa. Okay.
So it says, what is a childhood memory that has helped shape you?
Oh, I have to answer. Oh, I forgot. I'm like,
Yeah, you have to answer.
Tell me what the childhood memory is. The childhood memory that helped shape me was when my grandma moved to the States, and I think I was like a tween, like 11, 12. And she was the person who mostly raised me. My mom was working, father working shifts. So when I found out that she had to move to the States because she wanted to get the American citizenship, she was leaving me. And I'm the eldest child. And I really wanted to spend time with her, for her to stay with us forever. But she had to go there, you know, to get better health care and everything else. So when she left, that is when I literally had to go from being the child to becoming almost a parental figure to my younger sisters. And even, you know, supporting my mother the way that my grandmother supported her emotionally and everything. So that would be my childhood memory that shaped me. Because now I'm everyone's mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, even at work, you saw me. I'm like, where are all my children? You haven't seen me as an instructor now.
Yeah.
I call them my children. So it's definitely shaped me. And it's shaped me in a way that I'm happy. I didn't like it at the time when it happened, but I'm happy that it made me the nurturing person that I am.
As I said earlier, anything you go through life, it's for a purpose.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Do I have to answer it?
Yeah, you get to I just get to answer first so you can get
What
to
is a childhood memory that has helped shape you? Yeah, 2008 financial crisis.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
must have rocked your world in the worst way.
Yeah. So when my father lost everything, and I had everything, and I went from boom to boom. That has, yeah, gotta get that boom. Yeah, that's helped me a lot. That I think that's the thing which shaped me where I am the person now, being independent. Because from that moment, I became an independent person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Shall I place it somewhere?
Yeah, you place it at the top.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Why?
Yeah.
Why on the side?
Yeah, I give you a hard time.
You're giving me a very hard time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, خلاص, we'll move it.
Okay. We'll pretend that's part of the rules.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Really?
Okay. What is your most embarrassing moment? Wait, I don't even know what's appropriate to mention, but...
Yesterday, I was asked the same question.
Really?
Yeah, I shared this moment, but I can't share it in a podcast, of course. Let me think of something else.
Let me think of something PG, slightly filtered.
My most embarrassing moment. Think of something other than that moment where it really was bad moment. I literally that blacked out my mind.
That's the beauty of this game. You don't know what I'm going to ask.
What's the most embarrassing?
Do you want me to go first to warm you up?
Until I remember.
Okay, so at work, you know Omar, he's our main manager, big boss. And we were working in a different, in the emergency center. And he came into the room and, you know, we're not allowed to have phones or anything. And I think he forgot. So his phone rang. And you know me in the room when I'm working, I'm very loud, vocal. Yani, the minute I unclip the mic, I make a comment about whatever I'm thinking or feeling. And without realizing, so he came into the room, a bunch of other big managers, second floor level managers came into the room as well. And I didn't know that they were in the room. And I was working a very busy session. And the busier I am, the more like energized comments and everything that I'm making off the mic. So I'm working. I remember it was Christmas because everyone was traveling for Christmas. Because I remember later on, I was like, why is it so busy? They're like, oh, everyone's traveling for Christmas. Somebody's phone rings in the room and I'm like, uh-oh, someone's in trouble. And then later I found out it's
Omar's phone. Oh my God, so embarrassing.
That he's nice.
Yeah.
But it was so embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
I'm like, oh, someone's in trouble, haha. And then I go back and I'm continuing to speak to the pilots and everything. I'm blushing under the foundation. But that was definitely one of my more embarrassing moments at work. So yeah, but we're cool now. Yeah. This was years ago. Yeah. So I think we're cool. So yeah.
So embarrassing moment.
That is my embarrassing moment.
I remembered one moment where I was in London and you know that the public toilets.
Oh, no.
And it was really late at night. It was like 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I needed to use the washroom. And those washroom, you put coins in and £1 to use.
Oh, yeah. This was a culture shock for me when I got there. Like,
yeah.
What? You have to pay
Indeed. Indeed. So I went to one of the washrooms. And I always been confusing between vacant and occupied.
Okay.
So until now, I need to really read the word and then think of it until I understand what's vacant, what's occupied. Yeah. So apparently it was said occupied. Yeah. There was no red or green. It was just saying occupied. Yeah. So I thought it's empty. Yeah. I went and I put £1 in it. It came out. Again, I tried again. It came out. And then I started pulling the door. Oh my gosh. And there is a timer inside. So, there is a timer, So, the time I tried, the door opens. And suddenly, someone is shouting on my face. Someone is swearing. I saw everything. So, that was very embarrassing. You know, I ran away from the Nothing is moving.
Solid build.
Yeah, Burj Khalifa. How do you handle criticism?
As an air traffic controller, you remember the training. It was 2.5 years of harsh criticism. I take it, first it depends on who it comes from. So if it's coming from somebody that I know wants the best for me, then I'm all ears. If it's somebody that doesn't, I'm really good at filtering people out. So I'll let them think I'm listening. And also if that person's opinion is something that I value. So for example, if I want to open a restaurant, I listen to everything you say. So that's how I handle criticism. I think with the training, we had to be good at handling criticism to succeed in such a field.
Indeed.
So I feel it definitely shaped me to be able to handle it well. Yeah, and I think it just depends on the person. What about you?
For me, I'm very well known that I have emotional intelligence. And when someone criticizes me, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
I know how to deal with individuals, but in general, I just listen, and I know myself. If he's saying something right about me, okay, I will discuss, I will talk, I will see what they are saying. If I know this is something wrong about me, I'll just listen and say you are right.
Yeah.
And ignore it.
Inshallah.
That's
Inshallah.
it. Yeah, حاضر, inshallah.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one you picked, the tower's gonna fall in no time. Okay. What is your deepest fear?
Death of someone close to me.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't really have that fear until I got married. And then now every time I watch a show, there's a recent one that came out called One Day. I think it's called One Day. And it's of an interracial couple as well. And then she died. And I saw how heartbroken he was. And I was like, if it was roles reversed with me and Andy, I'd really suffer. So that now is one of my deepest fears. But I agree with you. Losing a loved one is...
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay.
It's my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
The easiest one. Hope the question is easy as well.
Inshallah. I don't even know the order I'm going to put it.
What is your perspective on the intersection of technology and human connection?
Oh, I feel like technology...
Technical question.
It is a technical question. I wrote these a while ago, and it's a surprise to me also. I feel like technology helps connect people in a sense of finding people. Because I met Andy online. So I feel like it's a good way to connect people, but I feel like if your entire connection revolves on virtually speaking to one another, it takes away from that human connection.
What I think it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
And it depends how you use technology. It might help you, or it helps you in various perspectives, but it also can destroy you. For example, now ChatGPT is a very helpful tool. It's a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
But you think of it, lots of people now using it, for example, in day-to-day tasks and writing emails and all.
Yeah.
Then you lose these skills.
Yeah, I agree.
You lose these skills. You lose, for example, writing or being like innovative, using your mind, using your brain.
Yeah.
For example, Google Maps. It's a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
It lets you reach wherever you want. But now ask someone how to reach this place.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree.
That's why sometimes what I do is, if I want to go somewhere and I know where it is, I don't use.
You try not to.
Yeah, I try not to use it.
Yeah. I think the only place I know for sure how to get to is my mother's house and work.
And work, yeah.
And back home.
And Ali Bhai.
And Ali Bhai, yeah, exactly. The most important. Okay. Let me visually see if I can move one with my mind. Oh, here we go. Okay. Share a memory that brings you a profound sense of nostalgia and what it signifies.
Explain with different words.
Okay.
You know, my mom is English, that's why I don't understand.
Nostalgia is...
Nostalgia, I know what is it, but the first part of it.
So, yani, what's a moment in your life that makes you feel like, oh, yes, the memory is like, it makes your heart happy? And what does it mean to you?
We can't publish this moment. I have a moment, but I can't publish. Otherwise, I'll be divorced. I'll be sleeping in Ali Bhai tonight.
At least you know you have
Yeah, of course.
something will keep you warm.
Yeah, the tandoor.
Tandoor. Spicy.
Yeah.
I think it's, but you know what? It's because we know each other as friends.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
your PR answers are gone.
yeah.
The first thing that pop into your head are what you actually want to tell me.
Yes, but no, I will change it now. I know what to say.
Okay. Cooking.
Cooking. No, not cooking. When earlier when we were young, we used to travel, like family travels, like big families.
Yeah.
And we used to rent buses. For example, if we go to places like in Europe or somewhere, we used to rent big van.
Yeah.
And then like the whole family, 15, 20 people, we all go in one van.
Yeah.
Those nostalgia and those memories really was nice. And we still, we are connected to it, where we used to, all the children, all the kids were sitting backside, and then the family was sitting in front side. They were good days.
Yeah.
And I think these memories will never come back.
Yeah. Let's see. What's my nostalgic memory? I think there are honestly so many moments that make me feel like, but I think it would be when Andy and I got married. We had a very small wedding. Like, we went to court in Ras Al Khaimah, and then we went and ate sliders, not Ali Bhai, sorry.
Okay.
I had sliders and milkshakes, and it was just such a relief that it was done, that I was like, oh, this is nice. And I didn't feel married to him yet. I'm like, I'm shy, don't look at me, even though we've been together for years. So that would be my nostalgic moment, because I feel like everyone, and hats off to them, people who want their big weddings and all of that. But it was nice to take this moment where we just ate what we wanted, and we're just happy to be together and, have something that was a milestone done in our relationship when we got married. So definitely sliders and milkshake was the highlight, but also marrying him.
How often do you go now to have sliders and milkshake over there?
We haven't been back to that branch in a while, because it was like we were driving back from Ras Al Khaimah. So we went to Last Exit, Mr. Brisket, sponsor the podcast. And then we haven't really been to Last Exit Khawanij. So we haven't been there in a while. But Mr. Brisket, we eat it all the time. Deliveroo, all the time. So that nostalgic taste, that there, I don't know what sauce it is, but that
You
sauce,
still remember it?
Yeah, I remember the sauce. But yeah, that's definitely my nostalgic memory. And even now, like, there's a few friends of mine that are getting married, and they're like, oh, Joe, they're like, I can't remember how you got married. I'm like, because no one was invited.
Yeah.
It was just me, him, the family, the witnesses, and that was it. And I was like, just do it the way we did. Sliders and milkshakes. Yeah. So that's my nostalgic memory.
Better than Uzi.
What's Uzi?
Uzi. It's a whole leg, or the whole lamp.
Oh, honestly, Andy would have preferred that.
Yeah?
Yeah, he loves it. Okay.
My turn.
Yeah.
I see the building is tilting towards right, so I need to move on the left.
Wow, architects. That's your next domain.
Chef. Ooh.
Oh.
Did it. If you came with a warning label, what would it say?
Spicy.
What would it say? Spicy?
I have to ask my... Oh,
yeah. I'm asking you. If you come with a warning label, what would it say?
Unfiltered.
Remove before flight.
Yeah, remove before flight. Honestly, this is what all my friends would always say, that before they introduce me to a group of people, that they need to give them a warning that I'll tell them what I think to their face, which is true.
Oh.
So yeah, that would be my warning label.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a thick skin, then don't come talk to me. I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me, though.
For me, I think it would be written, watch out, volcano.
Volcano? Interesting. Why? Is it because
I'm a very calm person.
Yeah.
But You know, if you throw a stone on a volcano, what would happen? So yeah, I would describe myself as a volcano.
Yeah. Cautious. Yeah, definitely like unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you didn't know this about me also.
I didn't know this about, because I've always seen you so chilled. Like even in the middle of working extremely busy air traffic
I was
situations.
the calmest person.
Chill. I'm busy. Like, what did this pilot say to me? No. And you're cool. And you sat there next to me. Why? What? Nothing.
What happened?
What? Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Breaking the foundation. What do you think people misunderstand about you?
My kindness.
Your kindness?
Yeah. Sometimes they misunderstand it.
Fair. I feel like this is a common issue, though, because people aren't used to dealing with kindness and accepting kindness.
So I like to be remembered as a kind person, but don't misuse that, because it will backfire to you.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a poison sweet.
Yeah. For me, I think it would be, it's actually something that you mentioned to me when we first, when you've had a conversation with me and you realized I was cool, like not cool, but like just chill to speak to. You told me, and this is the first time I heard it in Arabic, you said I was hagaga, which is like, and I didn't know what it was. I'm like, what does that mean? And I feel like people have this misconception about me based on looking at me or seeing what I look like, or the various accomplishments I've made, is they would assume that I have this, you know, where I have my nose in the air. But I really don't. I'm a very simple person.
There is a slight or a thin line between being confident and having this arrogant.
Yeah.
So you are right to have maybe to be confident in yourself.
Yeah.
With your achievements.
So. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for me personally, I'm the kind of person that I'm just happy to watch TV and sit with my dogs. Ali Bhai.
And Andy.
And Andy, yeah. he can be involved if he wants to. But yeah, that's me essentially. And then everything else I do is, you know, what I do for the sake of either providing for my family or to feed my soul, which is like doing this podcast. But yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that people misunderstand, because, for example, if I'm at an event and I've done some public speaking, people will come to me later on, and then when they speak to me, they're like, "Oh, you're actually nice." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm actually nice?" What? So I take it as a compliment, because then I can enlighten people and be like, "Hey, actually, thank you for coming to speak to me after," because it's quite intimidating to go to somebody that you just saw on stage. I feel the same way. I go on stage and I speak and I know they're approachable, but I get shy to go and speak to people. So I'm happy to be to give people that little surprise. Yeah. I didn't realize how uncomfortable I am to use my left hand. Okay.
It's your turn or mine?
Oh, no, I just took mine, so it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very careful. I'm good with knives.
You are very careful.
Yeah, I'm good with knives, that's why. Don't cut my hands. Actually, I cut my hands once.
You know what? I actually cut myself today. I was unloading the dishwasher and I cut myself with the, you know, vegetable chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like grabbing it and I accidentally punched mine. Yeah, blood everywhere in the kitchen.
Once I was doing a shoot. I was preparing watermelon juice. And the moment I was like, I was cutting the watermelon, and the knife was so sharp that it went through the watermelon, and then I had a huge cut. My finger went like this. I said, shit, I lost my finger.
Oh, no.
But luckily, alhamdulillah, nothing happened. It was like a deep cut, but and the tissue is not in the veins.
Alhamdulillah. Like for me, I was chopping parsley in the kitchen. Andy was on his way home from work, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be domestic today. So I'm like cutting the garnish. I'm never putting garnish on anything again. Tuck, 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 tuck. New set of knives. I chopped my finger. Look, it's even lopsided now. You see it?
Can see it, yeah. So the question says, how do you handle periods of what? Uncertainty and ambiguity in your life?
Uncertainty and honestly, I hate uncertainty. I don't like it because I like to know things. So I definitely don't enjoy it. But if there's something I'm feeling uncertain about, I just try to get answers. So, for example, let's say we're shooting the podcast. So the shoot location today, after they announced the negative weather, that uncertainty finished me. So I was like, okay, we can't do the Abra. We decided to do Ali Bhai. And then when we were thinking about where in Ali Bhai, we were thinking to do it outside. So because today's shoot was technically supposed to be outside, I was like, no, it's too much. And then today I sent you like 700 messages. And I was like, okay, Ali, what are we going to do? So in order to ease my uncertainty and not having that knowledge, I just gave you all the options. And I was like, let me know what works for you. And you're welcome to come home. And thank you for doing the drive.
Pleasure.
So I feel like I overcome the uncertainty by taking the situation into my own hands. Air traffic control, yeah.
And our blood.
This is the controller in me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to have that certainty, and I choose to make sure that I get it. And if I can't get it and it's truly out of my hands, I try to accept it. I meditate and
breathe.
Breathe.
Yeah. For me, uncertainty and ambiguity give me butterflies in my stomach. I don't like this feeling.
In a bad way.
Sorry?
In a bad way.
In a bad way.
Yeah.
I don't like this feeling at all, like being ambiguous. Okay, what's happening now? What will happen? It gives you like stress. But then I just take an action.
Yeah.
Take an action and then see what happens. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, correct it.
Exactly. And honestly, I feel like we're similar in this way because air traffic controllers need a similar personality to succeed in the line of work we have.
Did it.
That I think that's why our strategy would be similar.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I feel like the tower isn't going to last very long. Lucky, first one I touched. Have you ever had a nickname? What is it and what does it mean to you? PG nickname.
I used to this nickname, like in school they used to make fun of me.
Yeah.
Because daily I used to take keema and paratha to school.
Oh, nice.
That was like when I was grade 5, 6.
Yeah.
The people used to call me Allo Keema.
Allo Keema?
Because Allo Keema. And say what? I'm owning a restaurant now serving keema.
Exactly.
So I am Allo Keema.
You literally are. Full circle moment.
Yeah.
I love it. My nickname, I think it would be what my grandma calls me, because my name is Jouhayna, and everybody always gives me a nickname. So it's either Joe. My grandma's nickname for me is Juhi, because writing in her diary, every time she had to write about me, Jouhayna was too long. So Jouhy. So that was the nickname my grandma gave me. And she's honestly just somebody I love so much. So I'm going to go with that one. It just means a lot because it's from my grandma. Yeah.
God bless her.
Really. Okay.
It's my turn. I see this one is loose.
Oh, it's wobbling.
What does success mean to you and how do you measure it in your life?
At one point in my life, very recently, I would have said finances. I think money equals success. But then I also realized that it truly isn't everything. It helps, definitely helps make life easier, but it isn't everything. I would say success would be contentment. And that's part of the reason why I called the podcast Press Pause, because it's all about taking a moment to press pause and just to choose to be content with what you have now. Because we're also focused on the next thing and what we're supposed to do next and not enjoying what we truly have in the moment. So I would say being present and being content with what you have.
I will drop a question in this question.
Whoa. Did you get the lucky block?
No, I didn't. But no, it's related to the question.
Okay.
For yourself, do you see how success you are when people tell you that, or you measure it by yourself?
I think it would be based on my own measurement, because I'm a very goal-oriented person. So I've set a lot of goals for myself, and then once I've achieved them, I'm like, first of all, I love to tick something off a list, And then that's one way for me to measure that success. But also it's nice to get that validation and affirmation from people I care about, like hearing from my mom that, oh, I'm proud of you. Thank you. So I feel like that's super important. So I think it's a little bit of both, but my own personal goals, I think every time I've ticked something off a list, I'm like, I have achieved, I should take a moment, appreciate that I've achieved that, and then I can move on to the next thing.
For me, success is a continuous measurement, I would say. Because once you are success in one thing, you want more.
Yeah.
I feel I'm craving more success until it becomes, for me, success is like an addiction. And somehow it's a bad thing.
Okay.
Because it keeps your brain على طول, it's working.
Next.
Craving for more success, more success. But I think I need to work on that I need to chill. I need to press pause.
Yeah, you need to press.
I need to press pause
Yeah.
and enjoy what I have achieved in life.
Yeah.
And then continue doing that.
Yeah.
But because of the busy life schedule which I have,
Yeah.
I think pressing pause, I lost the key. I don't know where to press pause.
Yeah.
But inshallah, I will work on this, and inshallah, we'll press pause one day. Just a short pause, not.
Yeah, baby pause.
Baby pause.
Yeah. I mean, I to be honest, I was very similar to you in a sense of constantly chasing the next thing and like thinking about, like, I've achieved something. Okay, I've got this now. What else can I add to my collection of achievements? And I think.
But if you can, why don't you do it?
In what sense?
I mean,
like go to the next thing?
Yeah, I mean, if you can,
totally. But take a moment to say, okay, I got it, yes, and then go to the next one. But like, especially now with Ramadan coming up and everything, the moment for me to press pause would be when I take a moment to pray. And even though it's a moment, it's your connection with yourself, with God, and you take that moment, I feel like maybe that's a baby step of you to press pause.
Yeah.
Because, it's just one way to say, hey, thank you for everything you've given me, and give me more ideas. Thanks. And then just taking that moment. That's at least what helps me just recalibrate and just take a moment to press pause, because we have to pray 5 times a day, right? So if in even one of those prayers, you do a press pause prayer in the middle of it, maybe that's one way to just slowly integrate it into your life.
Yeah. And see, one thing also which I recently figured out in Quran, that God will not give you everything you want. You need to work in it.
Yeah.
There are lots of verses in Quran where Allah says, for example, for the prophets, or for the prophets mainly, to do something in order to get something. Do this to get this. Do this to get this.
Yeah.
So it's a message for us also to work. Then God will give you.
Yeah.
You can't sit down and just keep praying
and wishing.
Give me. You will not receive. You have to do it. You have to work.
Yeah. You have to take that initiative. Yep. Yeah. I completely agree with you. Okay, let's see.
This is the religious part of me.
Yeah. It's something I've started to explore recently, like more. And I really enjoy it. It's brought me a lot of peace.
Yep.
Because the traffic these days, not in the roads, in the sky.
Yeah.
You need
both
God.
The skies and roads.
You need God. So yeah, okay, let's see. Honestly, I feel like the tower isn't gonna last.
I think we did these questions.
Oh yeah, you're right. I shouldn't go for those ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I
pull it from the side.
Expert. Oh no, I don't. And I have to use the same hand. Oh, okay. I love how you guys are enjoying this more than.
I need my water.
You need your water? Oh.
Good job.
Oh, and the question's appropriate. Do you believe in second chances?
Do I believe in second chances? Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, I do.
In what way?
We are human beings. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
And if the Creator forgives us, imagine that you do mistakes and the Creator does not forgive you. Go to hell.
Yeah. No.
على طول.
No.
على طول.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, I believe in second chance.
Okay.
So, because human beings do mistakes, and when the person who created the pencil, there is a razor attached to it. So
That's so beautiful.
yeah. So if you write something, you can do mistakes. Then you can erase it and then write it better.
Yeah.
So even in relationships, for example, if your partner, your brother, your sister did something wrong, why don't you give a second chance? Maybe they are really they did it out of purpose. So yeah, give it a second chance, maybe third chance also.
That's nice of you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a more forgiving person, but it does not come naturally to me at all. I've done so many sessions with my life coach, and she's like, Jouhayna, you have to let it go for you. I'm like, I refuse.
Let it go.
So yeah, I do need to let it go. Like Wim Hoffman, let it go, let it go.
Let it go.
So I am trying, but I think it also just depends on the circumstance. There are some things I feel are unforgivable, but like people have pushed it far, and then I feel like in that sense, definitely no. I reject that. But I think
Does it depend on the situation also?
Yeah, it depends on the It depends on the person and the situation that they have put me through.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something that khalas, it like traumatized me to a certain extent, there's a certain level of trauma. If you traumatize me level 1, okay, we can. But if you traumatize me level 10, bye. I refuse. So, but I'm trying to be more forgiving because it's healing for myself and I deserve to let it go. Or at least that's what my life coach tells me. So again, it doesn't come naturally to me, but I truly am trying. Wait, which hand did I use to?
Right.
Right. Okay.
The same hand, different finger.
There. Like I had to hold my breath for the last part.
Tell us about one before and one after in your life.
Which one is one before and one after? I think it would be from... I've had many before and afters in terms of physical and in terms of personality. So in terms of physical, my weight has always up, down, up, down, up, down, which I think we should be kinder to ourselves because I'm really mean to myself about my body image. So I would say when I finished my air traffic training, I gained 30 kilos. Then I lost all of it after I finished the training because I could afford a personal trainer. And then in the pandemic, I gained all the weight back again and more. Like,
I remember.
Like, oh my God, like what? It's just insane how much weight I gained, and I was in denial about it. So I'll tell you a story. So Andy, mashallah, he's a big guy. Everybody who meets him, they're like, oh, what a big guy. And he's big, yani muscular. And then when we were moving house and moving into this one, we found a weighing scale. So Andy went and he stepped on the scale and it said 106 kilos. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, let me see how much I weigh. He's like, oh, you're comfortable to like show me what your weight is? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. You already love me. So I stepped on the scale and it said 106. And you know what I said? I was like, oh, the scale is broken.
It gives you the same weight.
Yeah, it's broken. It's the same weight. I'm not 106. I'm 62. Well, this is...
Before century.
Yeah. And then that's when I realized, oh, I think I've actually put on weight. And then I started to realize, oh, okay. Because my abayas, I made bigger ones, but it's because, there's secret little people in my closet making them smaller. So that's a big before and after for me of weight loss and weight gain. And now, again, I'm back on the spectrum of losing the weight. So it's exhausting. I don't like it. But
food is delicious.
Food is, it's like food is delicious and your food is so delicious. And, and thankfully, so this is also a message to a lot of people who are out there thinking that you have to look a certain way to find your person. Andy found me, met me, loved me at 106 kilos. So I feel like you don't have to look a certain way to meet your person, to meet your soulmate, to meet the person that you spend the rest of your life with. And then, he's getting the bonus because now, my cheekbones are slowly coming back and everything. So yeah, that's a big before and after for me, my weight. And also accepting the fact that I gained all that weight because I was still wearing my clothes from 40 kilos ago. So yeah, I feel like that's my biggest before and after.
For me, I think being calm. There was a period in my life where I used to be furious and angry on every single thing happens in my life. It was literally like, even if, I don't know, if someone turns in front of me in the car and without giving an indicator, even if he's like 10 cars ahead, I would be like angry, following, chasing him, swearing, hey, show me. So, but now I'm like I'm very cool, very calm, chill. Relax, what's going to happen? Nobody's going to die.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you on that. I remember a point in time when I was very angry with everything. And I didn't realize I was angry with everything until I stopped being angry with everything. Yeah.
That was good.
Okay,
I was still waiting the bonus one.
The bonus one?
Which I can ask.
Yeah. You already asked your question.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
That was related to your question.
It was. Loophole.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh no, I already moved this too much.
Oh.
It's fun. Rotation. Isn't there a building and they're opening that rotates?
Yeah.
This is where they got the idea from. I can't even put it back. I think this is it, guys.
The whole thing is kind of full. Be forward.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Press Pause with Jouhayna. Ali and I go way back. We've known each other for approximately 10 years. And part of the reason why I started this podcast was to reconnect with people that I care about and getting to know them a little bit more. And I learned so much about you today, Ali. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Jouhayna, and wish you best of luck in your podcast.
Thank you. And I wish you best of luck in Ali Bhai International.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Inshallah. Thank you.